Okay, this is my second attempt. This is AJ, and I am your AJ. I am here today to give you soothing, oral, and visual gaming delights. And General King assures me that my microphone is coming in a lot better right now, which is good to hear, because, one of the things I didn't really get from the watching people do podcasts for so long is that audio, like, really sucks. It's really difficult to get audio right. And so I've been fiddling with it. Whatever. I'm going to try to keep this video short and to the point. And then I'm just going to go, like, stream for about an hour before I have to leave for Thanksgiving dinner. So I love Ostranauts. I've been here since the beginning of Early Access. And it is a lot of things. It is groundbreaking. It is fascinating. It is a really interesting blend of like dystopian futurism, but also like supernatural horror. I'm a huge fan. Love that stuff. What this game is not is stable. And when I say that, it's not stable in literally any way whatsoever. So almost every feature of the game has stability problems. And I ran into one of them. I ran into a bug which apparently is unfixable even with console commands, even with, editing your save file. I made the mistake of, and this is going to sound stupid when I explain what I did, but long and the short of it, this video, I'm just going to go through a list of things to avoid doing so that you don't brick your save and have to start from scratch like I did. So let me take a look. All right, so what I did that actually screwed up my save is that I went into a derelict and I found a pirate there. And you can actually see this if you watch my first stream. I think it was with Thorsten, where I found a pirate and he accosted me and tried to take my money. So, of course, I killed him like any good American would. And then I, looked at the corpse, and one of the options was to start a death investigation. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to just investigate the murder that I just committed. The problem is that the game is not actually prepared for you to do something like that. And so if you do that, you're not necessarily going to brick your save, but you will never be able to do another death investigation after you do that. Because what happens is it generates a case file, which is an actual item that goes in your inventory. And the normal way that you resolve a death investigation is you hand the case file to the cops or to like a bartender or to the underworld fixer, that kind of thing. But you can't do that if it's a pirate, because the pirate, I guess, does not have a faction flag associated with it for some reason. So, you're basically just SOL. You can jettison the case file out the airlock, but you will never be able to do another whodunit investigation again because you already have one on your save file. And I tried messing with the console commands. I tried going to my save file, deleting that, and then moving it from like regular quests to completed quests. Like, no, didn't work. So I'm going to have to start from scratch. But also, I'm going to find... I'm going to try to find what the hell I posted today. I had a freaking list. Where did I put that list? I'm a big herper-derper, aren't I? Well, I promised to make this video quick, and I'm already screwing up. So please pardon me, guys. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Grumble, 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 grumble. Here we go. All right, so I'm just going to go through the list of things that you should avoid doing if you want to not brick your save. So the first thing to keep in mind is your speed. So it used to be that the speed was down here on the bottom left side of the screen. Now it's on the far bottom right side of the screen. So, yeah. Was that different, like, literally yesterday? I don't know. I might just be going crazy. But, alright, so you can slow down, you can play, you can pause, you can slow down to 0.25, and you can fast forward the game to 16 times speed, which is very useful when you're doing, like, a lengthy task. But the problem is that this game gets incredibly unstable the more you speed up. So you gotta avoid it as much as you possibly can to the limits of your sanity. So 16x speed is really not safe to do anywhere. Like anywhere in the game, if you go 16x speed for a significant period of time, the likelihood is that you are going to brick your save. And what that means is there are a couple things that have historically happened with this game. I don't know about this version, but let's say that, all right, so I've got well-groomed here. If I go over here to drink some coffee, it'll give me the caffeinated tag on my little profile here. And sometimes profile tags get locked. So the conditions attached to your character will get locked and there's no way to get rid of them. And that usually happens when you're going at 16x speed. Now, so you're like, okay, well, that's not a big deal. That's, 16x speed. I'm just not going to use it. I'm just going to use 8x speed instead. Well, hold on there. Because if you are going at 8x speed and you're in a place like OKLG, like Port Azakiwe, which is the starting area, where there's a lot of NPCs, like just wandering around, the faster you go with the more NPCs around, the more likely it is that you will trigger a cascade of bugs. So yeah, part of that is you'll get conditions that you won't be able to get rid of, or you'll have little social move names that drop in the middle of the screen, or let's say see this guy's name, Yi Livingston. You'll see Yi Livingston like way over here somewhere. It'll just be a graphical artifact that you can't get rid of. A lot of those you can get rid of by restarting, but it's just, like I said, it's a pain in the ass. It's and pardon any Mormons out there who might have heard me refer to the buttocks. So where was I going with that? Yeah, graphical glitches. Another thing that can happen is, and I don't really know the technical way this works on the back end, but from what I understand, there are certain things that at a certain point your game will just crash, but you'll keep on playing it, but just certain things in the background will cease to function. Now let's see, what other things are on my list for stuff to avoid. So number one, just avoid fast forwarding at 16x speed. And if you're in a populated area, avoid fast forwarding at 8x speed. That's number one. Number two, starting death investigations. You definitely should never start a death investigation for an NPC that you personally killed. I'm given to understand that there are situations where that'll actually work, but there are other situations where that will just glitch out the game. Don't do it. Now, another thing you should never do is do not jettison corpses. So, let's say if I were to kill Yi Livingston here, and his body would drop on the ground, one of the things you can do in this game is you can drag the body all the way over to the airlock here, and in the airlock, you can take a thing, and you can jettison it. You can throw it, irretrievably eject it into space. If you do that with a corpse, bad things happen. You don't want to mess with that. Just trust me, do not do it. Just don't do it. If you want to get rid of a body, what you do is you take that body and you take it to a derelict spacecraft and just toss the body in there and just forget about it. Just trust me, you don't want to deal with it. So that's another one. Also, I remember I mentioned that there's free coffee over here in the coffee machine. It's a trap. Never drink coffee. Don't drink coffee. Don't drink alcohol. And like, unless you really need to, I would recommend avoiding taking medications like painkillers or, basically anything unless your character really needs it, because the conditions that are associated with these items are glitchy. And if you do one of them, then the odds are that eventually, I don't know, I would say at this point, it's like maybe a 50-50 shot if you drink a cup of coffee that you will get stuck with a condition associated with that cup of coffee forever throughout your game. That's something that I've noticed with, for instance, there's a drug, Osifex, that you can take that will theoretically obviate the need for any kind of daily exercise on the part of your character. It'll make your bones tougher or something. I don't know. I have never seen it work. I never personally seen any positive result from taking this drug. But what I have noticed, at least in previous versions, that when you take it, literally the condition that you get from it, it's supposed to last a day. No matter how many days you play in the game, it will never go away. So I don't know. It's just it's magic. It's magic is the thing. So let's see. Do we have a favor plot? All right. So one of the things that happens in the game is you get a little notification, and it looks like this in the bottom left of your screen. And by the way, you can safely right-click these if you want them to, stop cluttering up your screen. And they just stay here in the goals thing, or objectives. Objectives, goals. So what they are is they're quests. I'm just going to call them quests, all right? Because the game calls them objectives. It also calls them goals here. And in the code, it calls them plots. I'm just going to call them quests because that's what we know them as. So you will, on a regular basis, receive little notifications about mini quests to be done for people that you know, or even ones that are complete strangers. They'll just send you a message saying hey, could you help my kid get into college by talking to another NPC? These things are so far completely useless and pointless. And as most I've gotten out of them is $300. Total waste of time, but whatever. If you do one of those, one of the things that happens is you go up to someone like this guy, and you get right around here, you have an option that says ask about the gig or the job or whatever. Now, and they tell you what they want you to do. No matter what you do not walk away. Because what you have to do then is you have to immediately accept or reject the job, or you can say, how much will you pay me? Or you can say, is this legal? If you don't choose one of those four options, or if you walk away before that conversation is complete, you will quite probably get locked out of finishing that quest. It will become a dead quest, just cluttering up your little quest log here. So yeah, just be very careful. Save before you have any conversations with an NPC about a quest. All right, what's next? All right, so you definitely let me see. All right, let me go over here and see if I can pull up. All right, you know what? I'm gonna just get rid of the freaking tutorials things. No tutorials. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna go see if we can pull up. Here we go. This is an active ship. Let me see if I can click on it. Oh wow, there I was. I was going at 8x speed. I'm trying to get it. Okay, this is... Wow, this is janky. Okay. I just want to get a lock on that ship. Okay, that's not working. Alright. I don't know what I'm doing that's causing this jank. Alright, cool. I clicked that one thing. Area. I want to click the spacious interior. And I'm going to shift to target mode. So I can zoom in on it. So this is an NPC ship. It's not like, you know, the little gray star here. That's a derelict ship. The NPC ship is the spacious exterior. It's a salvage tug. Now, what you do not want to do is you never, ever, ever want to take a mission or a gig, a quest, objective, whatever you want to call it, that has you try to dock with a salvage tug. Now, or any other active ship. Because the NPC ship AI is busted. It's straight up busted. Just do not mess with it. So I'm going to try to like hail the ship, alright? So one of the things you can do is you can request docking clearance. And you know what it's going to say? Yeah, sorry friend, as much as I'd love to see your face, it's a negative. You are not cleared. So sometimes there are missions which are like courier missions. You have to go to a specific person to hand them a thing. And sometimes those people are on NPC ships. Never try to dock with an NPC ship. Never do it. It's always a waste of time. Like, it can glitch out your save. And, like, the best case scenario is that you get on their ship and then they freak out and do a bunch of crazy maneuvers that basically rip both of your ships to shreds and likely send you just careening off into the abyss. You do not want to do that. So just don't. Just don't bother. Don't bother. When you get a gig, let me see, like, let's go to the freaking gig screen. Let's see what they got. 'Cause I guarantee you, there's going to be gigs that you can get that are meeting the description that I'm talking about. Just don't do it. Just don't. You're only going to hurt yourself. All right, so... Alright, so these quests are actually okay. Investigate death. But like I said, if you investigate this death, number one, do not throw the body off the ship. Just leave the body exactly where it is. Don't touch it. Don't mess with it. And, you know, if you do a death investigation independently and, you know, resolve to report the death, you have to make sure not to lose the case file associated with it. But yeah, if you do that, you should be fine. So these gigs work out pretty okay. The toughest thing is finding where the more scared of you is. And it's really unfortunate that the gig system doesn't actually pinpoint exactly which ship you're supposed to go to. So what you have to do is you have to go into your ship and then go back and forth to your gig screen, because it'll tell you in real time like how far away it is. And you can do that as a way to just kind of triangulate where the frickin' thing is. It's really stupid. It's really obnoxious. Like, do not do this. Do not do this to yourself. All right. Yeah, no, there are none of the gigs are like the ones that I talked about. All right, here we go. Using the shift key to drop objects out of your inventory, especially large ones. Do not ever do this. All right, so I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do the thing I told you not to do. See, so if you use the shift key and you click on something, it'll drop it on the ground. The problem is that if, let's say, you're on a tight little ship right here, you're just all snug as a bug in a rug up in this ship's business. Well, very often, especially if you got a larger object, it's gonna glitch into the wall. It's gonna glitch into these little structures here. It's gonna, a lot of times, you know, not a lot, you know, it used to happen very often. It's not happening as much recently, but sometimes it will literally, it'll like glitch off the ship, or it will glitch, sorry, I just got a note. Yeah, it will just glitch out of existence entirely. So you do not want to use the shift key to put things on the ground. You can use the shift key to pick things up. So like I'm just going to do that. So I'm like here, shift key, click, boom. It goes right into my inventory. That's okay. You can do a shift key from like a container to shift things into your inventory. That's all right. That's safe. Do not shift things out. Just trust me. It's not worth it. I've done it before because like but no, just veteran players just do not do this because you will lose valuable items this way. And then even worse than that, a lot of times when things glitch out of existence, you will randomly find them later in a pile of similarly glitched items that appears on every map that you go to. Oh man, I didn't realize how cathartic this was going to be. All right, so the last thing I'm going to say is this thing that I'm doing right here. So this is your character screen. This is your doll, your paper doll rendering of your character. So this is your social moves. You can click here to show the special social moves that are available to you. So you can name drop your relationship with a criminal. You could name drop your relationship with a corporate manager. All right. What I just said, never do this. Literally never click this button. I know that you want to click this button. Never click it. It's never worth it to click it, number one. Because you don't care what social moves you got. Like, they're not important to you. You could do most of the things you need without using those social moves anyway, number one. But number two, if you do that, then very often, one of the things that's going to happen is you are going to you see this little icon here? It's going to pop up somewhere in the middle of the freaking screen, and you will never be able to get rid of it. Okay, when I say never, sometimes it will just glitch onto the screen, and it'll just appear in every map you go to. Other times, you can get rid of it by just, doing a quit and reload. But yeah, just don't give yourself the hassle. I think that those are all of the ways in which this game can glitch out. And when I say that, I want to be extra super clear. So like I said, I've been playing this game for years at this point, and my general go-to when I play this game is I just play this game from the start. You always, start on a fresh save. And then I go for as long as possible before the game is so busted that it just freaking, like... Sorry, I just saw your text. Joshua Rabbit quest sounds too medieval. Oh, is that the Joshua? Hey, Joshua. I'm honored. I'm sorry for ranting about your game if that's you. Awesome. Yeah, Kang, I'm glad that this is helpful to you too. But yeah, so I don't know if that's even the same Joshua or not. But yeah, one of the things that I've done since the start of Early Access is I have started to play this game, play it as long as I possibly can until the point where like just everything just totally bricks and it's unplayable. And then I just start from a fresh save. And you just do that over and over and over. And, years into development, like, that's basically still where we are. And like I said, I love this freaking game. It's a super awesome game. But like, you should know going into this that that's where we're at right now if you're buying into Early Access. That is what you're signing up for, is you are going to play this game for maybe a couple in-game days before your save bricks. Or before you accumulate enough bugs that you just can't play with them anymore. And I got this bug really early into my run. The freaking, pirate bug. And I was just like, screw it. I've only been playing it a few hours. I'm just going to start from scratch. But, yeah. It might be different if it happened later on. I might just have just rolled with it and been like, okay, well, who cares if I just have a quest that can never be completed? Whatever. All right. I think that'll be enough for, whatever video I'm going to upload to YouTube. And I don't know if I'm going to make it prettier. I'm just a guy, man. I'm just a guy with a microphone and you know, a game, really nice game, pretty inexpensive, and I like it. And I just I'm just a guy who plays this game every 6 months, and I just drop like half a dozen, 2 dozen bug reports, and then I get to the point where I can't handle anymore and I rage quit. And I'm not there yet. I'm going to stick with this game. I'm going to stick with you guys because I appreciate you and I love you all, and you're super important. All right, with that said, I'm stopping the recording. Peace.